Hey, what's going on, everybody? Max here with Because Bitcoin, and today for 10 minutes max, we are going to be doing a comprehensive meme coin update. One of your guys' favorite segments, of course. Just a quick reminder, these are 10-minute videos that we pump out every single day here at Because Bitcoin called 10 minutes max, where we deliver you all of your alpha in 10 minutes or less. But the catch is that we literally never stay under 10 minutes. So I don't know. It's like our version of one bite. Everybody knows the rules. But anyways, let's not waste any time. Please like and subscribe if you haven't yet. I'm gonna put myself up there and let's talk about it. So we're gonna start here with Doge because we have to, because Doge is the king altcoin, obviously. Um, but let's throw on some pre-made charts here and take a look at it. So just a quick reminder for everybody here. Very, very interesting that from cycle, number one, from this peak to basically the new end of cycle all-time high, there was 1,218 days. Okay. And then looking at cycle two for Doge, this high to the next cycle all-time high was again 1,218 days. And if we did the exact same thing again, that would take Doge to a new cycle all-time high out in basically very end of Q3 or maybe Q4. But basically the tail end of 2024. So we'll see if this pattern continues once again. But what I'm most interested by, well, I mean, first of all, that's incredible, right? We can't discount how truly unbelievable it is that cycle one and cycle two from peak to peak was exactly the same amount of days. That's unbelievable. But where I'm really focused is, what is the catalyst behind this? What really makes it move? And it's Bitcoin. So I have Bitcoin's all-time highs marked right here. It's kind of, I guess, a little bit difficult to see, but I'll just put it in black instead of orange so you guys can see it better. But you can see right here that when Bitcoin goes on to make a new cycle all-time high after a bear market, that's when Doge really begins to perk up. Now you guys have already seen this, right? But I want to just set the stage because we have some new subscribers that haven't seen previous videos. So let me just mark it out right here. This was Bitcoin's previous cycle all-time high. Then we go from 2017 through there. And then again, we're at 69K last cycle where we're at right now. So you can see pretty clearly here when Bitcoin goes on to make a new all-time high. Again, Doge is right here. Doge goes crazy. New cycle all-time high for Bitcoin. Doge, then it goes crazy. Recently just made a new all-time high. Doge has started to perk up. And I have a feeling that that's going to continue once Bitcoin finally decides it wants to stop messing around and actually go on to, make a new significant cycle high, not just like the little sweeps that we've seen so far. So anyways, that's just a quick little update. Things look good with Doge. And of course, we're really going to need Doge to perform well in order for all of our other meme coins to do well also. And I think the Doge looks great here, even just like on the lower time frames, guys. Our king altcoin, the way you should think of Doge is like how everybody else thinks of Bitcoin as, comparing their alts. How's my altcoin doing against Bitcoin? How's the ETH BTC pair look? How's Sol BTC look? How's BNB BNB BTC? All this stuff. So how does, my meme coin look against Doge? Well, in my opinion, this is, a lot of, I mean, this is very, very clear accumulation that we were here for, almost 2 years, and we broke out of it, and now we're just kind of reaccumulating above it. So, this, in my opinion, this looks really good here. And, we'll maybe just continue to chop and then, you'll see it move up like that eventually. So Doge looks really good, which is super bullish for all of our other meme coins, in a general sense. But let's move over to Pepe, one of my favorites, of course. You guys know that I've been in Pepe since, I mean, initially we were way down here, but that was just when it was on chain. But more recently, we were aggressively accumulating in here. We rode this all the way up, and unfortunately, we have pulled back a little bit. But to be clear, it hasn't changed anything for me. Like these kind of these kind of shakeouts are actually um, they're super healthy in bull markets. People, they get a little crazy on the leverage, they start trading irresponsibly, and there's really nothing more bullish than a nice thorough leverage cleanse. And it resets funding. It takes a lot of overly aggressive traders out of their positions, and Assuming majors like Bitcoin and ETH and Sol can recover nicely, everything should be totally fine. So, I definitely didn't expect Pepe to wick all the way down here. But just because it did actually is not a bad thing. So let's just take a quick look at it here. Previous cycle all-time high here for Pepe. Beautiful, beautiful retest, right? Like it's textbook. I didn't expect that to happen so cleanly, truthfully, but it did, and here we are, and it looks fine. So previous all-time high, and we'll make that a little bit bigger, and we'll move it to the top, and we'll move it right. So, we're sitting at the previous all-time high right now after having swept it. Took a lot of traders out of aggressive, overly aggressive leverage longs. Now we're just chilling here. So I think it looks totally fine. And I will be excited to see the attempted buyback. And I have a pretty good feeling that like this is the low. Like this was your capitulatory wick right here. This was your shakeout, right? And I think that your trend is really, without a doubt, like this is kind of your pattern to watch here is this bull flag that's forming, above the previous all-time high for Pepe. Um, I would be open to, something like this again, but then you're going to want to start to see it move up and then, go like this. And again, contextually, I think that Bitcoin looks good here. I think that ETH actually looks pretty good here. And again, you have to expect that when Bitcoin pukes, 10 or 15%, give or take, ETH is going to puke more than that. Sol is going to puke more than ETH. And then Pepe, of course, is going to puke more than all of them because it's beta on beta on beta. Again, the further we go down the risk curve, the more aggressive the flushes will be. But this is a good reminder for everybody. Stay off the leverage if you can. And wicks like this happen in bull markets. So I'm really looking at this right now for Pepe as we are above the previous cycle all-time high. And to me, it looks like a bull flag with a capitulatory wick. That looks good in my opinion. Let's quickly take a look at the Pepe Doge pair. So this is, again, one of the reasons why I was so bullish. And here I can remove these drawings here. So one of the reasons I was so bullish, Pepe in the first place is because, why hold an altcoin if it's not going to outperform Doge? And, we identified high time frame demand right here, inside right, and we'll make this a little bit bigger. And we said, wow, like this is Pepe trading against Doge. Again, this chart goes up. Pepe's a better hold than Doge. This chart goes down. Doge is a better hold than Pepe. And where are we at right now? We did sweep the previous all-time high. Wherever you want to draw this range, you can. There's definitely a couple ways to draw it. And again, if you want to put it not in log mode, I kind of like this view better, honestly. We've come back now. And basically, we're just trading in a range right now. And, we did capitulate, tag this mid range. We filled in this entire inefficiency right here on the Pepe Doge chart. And I would expect, maybe a little bit more ranging, but I would like to see this mid range hold. And then we begin working our way up. And Pepe, once again, begins to aggressively outperform Doge to the upside. I think that this is an important level as well, kind of right around here. So if we did come down and want to take out this wick, like this is a significant high paired with, some action over here. So maybe this, and then we move up. But either way, I think we're getting very, very, very close to a bottom. All right, let's keep it moving here. Bobo's having a great day. So let's take a look here. So this is Bobo USDT again, just continuing to watch this. I think that the chart looks good. It should continue to trade well against against Pepe. And here, let's do some price discovery fibs. You can see that again, we're just kind of chilling around this 1.618 after breaking out of this range right here. Let's see here, 0.5. So again, clean range. We break out of it. This 1.618 was very, very sticky. It's kind of expected, right? Sometimes coins slice through it. Sometimes it's sticky, but either way, it is now above it after multiple weeks of rejection, and hopefully it continues to move up. But I think whether Bobo performs well or not, again, is going to be tied to Pepe, because if we look at Bobo, if we look at Bobo Pepe, which again, if the chart is moving down, that means it's not Bobo's not performing well against Pepe. If it moves up, that means it is performing well. It does look really solid against its Pepe pair right now. And it looks good, right? Like we're just data dependent. We're just trading the charts. It's super volatile, but again, look at this line right here. Like we're holding structure. It looks good. Where it goes from here, I'm not really sure, but as long as you continue to see, um, as long as you continue to see, market structure remain intact, then I think it looks good for upside. So let's continue to move down the list now. Now I'm going to talk about a project that I am, very, very excited about, which is Andy. And again, going back to the very beginning, why again I initially bought Andy was because I saw this pattern forming, which is really why I buy most. And you can maybe put it right here, a little cleaner. But either way, I saw this happening. Um, I also saw this floor being set here, and I said, all right, this looks like it's got some potential. Additionally, for Andy, the contract begins with OX68 and Pepe's is OX69. In Matt Fury's comic The Boys Club, Andy and Pepe are friends, and it just kind of seemed like it fit this whole narrative. And it was sitting on the floor here, and I felt like it was largely kind of slept on and undiscovered. And I posted my first video about it when we were at like right around here, maybe between 3 and 5 or 6 million market cap. Now it's sitting at, I've got the scale adjusted for market cap. So right now it's at 58 million, and it looks really solid, honestly. And I'm going to get into it, a little bit here. Let's see here. Oops. Didn't mean to drop that. So, similarly to Bobo, what I'm very encouraged by is, yeah, we did have an initial rejection at the 1.618. I'll go down lower time frame so you can see. So we had this clear range right here on Andy. We have our high, we have our low, of course, clean interactions with the mid range, and then we finally break out of it. And look where we had our first rejection from, this 1.618. The difference between what I just showed with Bobo and then, of course, Andy is that, we actually did move up aggressively, reject from the 1.618. We've now flipped it. So next spot here for Andy would be this high time frame 2.618, which would be about 287 million market cap. So from right here, that would be about a 380% move. So, very, very promising. These fibs are playing, they are being respected. And, what's very interesting about Andy is that we are seeing large wallets aggressively accumulating. We've seen multiple wallets during this little period over here. I mean, basically just going nuts and buying like, 6-figure clips of Andy during this reaccumulation. Now let's take a look at Andy Pepe. Again, very, very strong looking chart. This is Andy against Pepe. So again, why would we hold a meme coin if it's not going to outperform, our majors of choice, which in my opinion are Doge and Pepe as the flagship meme of this cycle. And we are just cooking, like just slicing through levels, holding it. You can see here like how many rejections we initially had at this level. Dip, now we flip it, again, then it becomes support for a little bit, lost it, rejection. Now we're back above it. I mean, this is a really, really important level for Andy Pepe. But overall, this chart looks super bullish right here. In my opinion, you're probably just going to see it, kind of continue to grind up, and then it's just going to pop. And again, Andy it's already at 60 million market cap roughly, and I do believe this is a candidate going into the multiple billions, if not decabillions. Wallet holder distribution is the healthiest that I've ever seen. 97% of it is owned exclusively by the community and was exchanged fairly on the open market. We already got our first exchange listing, and we actually do have a handful more that are coming up in the next week or two, working very hard to help get all of those ducks in a row. So coming very, very soon. And again, we are growing faster than I've seen any project really in recent years grow. It's truly incredible. And it's all community run, which is super bullish and exciting. All right, let's see what else here. So here's Andy ETH as well. And, One thing I wanted to point out too is that, we had some volatility over the weekend. Um, and here I'll actually pull it up. So here's ETH USD. So you can see that we had some tremendous volatility over the weekend because there was actually, a war that broke out. And here's ETH over the weekend. So ETH, recently pulled back here. I mean, even from this high, right? 23% in less than a week. And at that same time, what was happening here is that Andy, which is on ETH, so Andy is ETH beta as well as like Pepe beta. You can see that Andy during that same period of time right here, was actually holding up much better than ETH and rallying and then breaking out of, this wedge right here, this bullish pattern, and now again is holding this level, which is super super bullish. So not only does Andy look good against Pepe, but it also looks good against ETH, which again is Andy's L1. So super super bullish, very very exciting. And again, I feel like it has a lot of potential ahead of it. Now, some of the most exciting one of the most exciting things about Andy here is actually how it's following the Pepe fractal almost to a T. So let's take a look at this here. I can make this just a little bit bigger. It's hard to fit it all on the screen here. We'll go to the 3 hours. So this is Pepe from last cycle. And obviously, you guys know that my strategies are, very largely dependent on, pattern recognition because, the same things happen over and over and over again. It doesn't matter what ticker you're looking at. And here's Pepe in 2023, and here's Andy right now. And I mean, it is literally impeccable how closely this is following, really just side by side. So you can see that in both cases here we had here, I'll get my tools out and draw a little bit. You can see that we had our first big reaccumulation into a pump again with Pepe last year, first big reaccumulation into a pump, and then both sell off and then go on to sweep the previous high again, sell off, sweep the previous high, enter this sort of like long, prolonged, curling reaccumulation in this range. And then ultimately Pepe went on to tag the 4.618 pocket, um, which for Andy would be up here again at 300 million roughly, which is pretty awesome. And of course, as overall market conditions continue to look strong, these targets really they're not as high as they seem. And the most exciting part about it is that as long as this fractal continues to play, we might as well be fully transparent and acknowledge what happened to Pepe after. You can see that we are following this fractal almost 1-to-1 so far, and Pepe went up significantly after that level. So that would most likely take Andy to a billion if it did continue to follow this fractal, one for one here. So again, the market is telling us that this is extremely strong, and the most bullish thing about it too is, we have seen a lot of new holders come into Andy. We've seen basically the holder count go from about 700 when I first posted my video up to about 74, 7,500 in just over a week. Um, so during that time, we've had a lot of new people holding, a lot of big money coming in, a lot of small money coming in, but a lot of people joining the Andy army. And what I told everybody during this dump is one, the fact that Andy held up this well during the dump, um, is I mean honestly incredible, right? Like it barely moved at all. And when it did dump a little bit because ETH was dumping and everything was dumping, it got bought up right away. And the most exciting part about it, guys, is that during this whole, first pump, we saw a lot of early holders, big wallets that got in early distributing, and they have fully exited the market. And while they've been fully exiting the market, we've had a lot of new, bigger money buying their bags and accumulating. So what we've seen here is that everybody that wanted out from the initial pump, and didn't really see what was happening, everybody that wanted to get out had already distributed and gotten out. So now what we're stuck with here is instead of a very concentrated early base of only 700 holders, we have a very fair and equitable and safe distribution of holders, now over 7,500 holders, and none of them are interested in selling now. You know, we got rid of everybody that wanted to sell, and now we just have people that are holding. So it's pretty remarkable to see the strength. It's pretty incredible to see the new holders coming in. It's incredible to see again it looking good against ETH on its ETH pair, its Pepe pair, which I just showed you guys, and also looking at this fractal. I mean, this is seriously a candidate for, within the next week or two, printing a lot of millionaires. As long as this fractal continues to play and the broader markets hold up, the narrative is there, the community is there, the holder base is there. We're getting exchange listings. It's truly incredible, and I'm thankful that I have the opportunity to just be a community member, and talk about a project and a community that has so much promise. And I mean, look, you guys know that I lean into the charts, and most of my enthusiasm comes from the charts. I love the community and I love the story, and I love how it starts with OX68 and Pepe starts with OX69, and they're both in Matt Fury's boys club together as friends. It's a perfect storm. I love that we're getting exchange listings, but what I love more than all of that as a technician and as an investor is I love the charts. And look at this chart. You can decide what you want, you can do whatever you want, but I look at the charts and I look at the on-chain data, and boy, we may be sitting on a unicorn here. So only the market knows, right? All I can do is present you with the data. This was 10 minutes max, brought to you by Because Bitcoin. We went 22 minutes. Before you guys go, please consider liking the video and also subscribing. Last but not least, check out the first link in the description below where you can sign up for our Discord. Additionally, included in that Discord, where currently we do 2 hours a day of private live voice calls. I share all of my active positions and private analysis that I don't talk about here on YouTube, as well as the rest of the Because Bitcoin analysts. Within the next month or month and a half, you are going to get access to our new flagship product called the BB Terminal. It's basically a Bloomberg terminal, but for crypto guys. It's got portfolio tracking, spaghetti charts, heat maps, derivatives data, literally everything that you need to succeed in these markets. And that will be included in your Discord membership. So sign up sooner rather than later. First link in the description below. Second link in the description below is BB Academy. Guys, we've been working on this for over 6 months now. It's finally released. If you want to expedite your journey and how to navigate these markets, how I do TA, how the rest of the Because Bitcoin team does TA, we share all of our strategies in a very affordable course. The price is going to go up soon, so check that out sooner rather than later. Again, that is the second link in the description below. It's the BB Academy. You get to expedite your journey in learning TA, FA, macro, everything that you need to know. We cut out all the BS and again, bundle it together in one neat, convenient package for you. Second link in the description below, the BB Academy. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Take care.